What's up, YouTube? I know I haven't been making I know I haven't been making videos in quite some time, but I've been wanting to make this because my macro deck is almost done. Sorry, I was trying to think of what it was. So here's the deck list so far. I'll have a deck list in the description in the description below to complement this. Sorry, I'm going to try it to where there's not much glare there. 3 Morphing Jar number 2s. If you haven't seen my first few videos, why I love this card, you need to check this out. But if you're too lazy to, if you're too lazy to here, Morphing Jar 2 is when you flip it when it flips face up. All monsters on the field are immediately sent back to the deck. Both players then send both players mill the top cards until they get the equal amount of monsters that they have. Level 4 or higher are sent to the graveyard. Excuse me. Level spell and trap cards are also sent to grave. Three Marshmallon. Marshmallon is awesome. When Marshmallon is poked, your opponent automatically takes 1,000 damage. Plus, it can't be destroyed by battle, thus making the stall to get Morphing Jar 2 pretty easy. As I said, this deck is almost done, but it's not entirely done. It's not entirely complete. 2 Needleworms. I'm still looking for that third one. I'm still looking for that third one, but right now 2 is pretty good. It's good enough. Not going to complain. 1 Morphing Jar 2 or Morphing Jar, just so you can get free hands, and pretty disruptive on your opponent's first turn. 3 3D Survivors. It's quite obvious why I love this card, because this card just comes back. It keeps coming back. It can't die. It can die, but it just won't die. 1 DD Warrior Lady. I was originally running a playset, but then I realized I didn't have enough room. If I can find more card sleeves like this one, or buy different ones that have more, I would probably run 3. But for now, only 1. Plus I get her out more than anything. Necroface. Necroface is amazing. I usually ended up using this card at least 3 or 4 times per game, running up to at least 9 to 12 times a match. But this card is amazing. Not only is it a good summon, because it can't be bottomless. Like when you summon this and it gets over 15, it can't be bottomless because the summon already happened. Secondly, if it ever goes away and it's ever banished, the top 5 cards of your both players' decks are removed. So there. Thunder King Rai. Now I traded that out. I traded DD Warrior Lady for this. The reason why is the fact that DD Warrior Lady is more situational than this card is. Sorry, I was messing with the zoom in options. Plus, this is good against agents, so you have this on the field. They go first, start Hyperion, go away. Okay, next cards. 3 DD Scout Plane. Basically the same thing as Survivor, except more versatile. Plus, level 2s are awesome in this. Rank 2s are awesome. Now for the spells. 2 D-Fissure. I love D-Fissure, but then again, there's another card in this deck that I like even more than D-Fissure, and we will see it in this deck. If you don't have the other card that I was talking about. Alright, I'm out of here, Bribe. Okay. This card is always a good second hand. It's on the other hand. 3 Servants. One of you in my first video commented saying that I should get rid of the playset of Reapers for this playset. I did, but at first it wasn't. The Reapers were gone. At first the Reapers were gone for something else. It was probably for the higher Shadow Scouts, which I don't know why I did that. I think higher would have been better, but this is now its replacement technically. Oh yeah. Why I have 3? Well, simply because for the fact that 3 is amazing. Plus, if you have this card on the field, your opponent can't attack because they'll have to mill. And if it's a monster, it doesn't do anything. Now for some staples: Heavy Storm, Rhoda, Dark Hole. 2 of those. And another random tech that I started running that actually helped was Smashing Ground. Despite Smashing Ground being not that played anymore, it doesn't make it a bad card. It's just underwhelmingly played. So, Allure of Darkness. Not Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness. I like Allure of Darkness because first, it's basic draw power. Second, you can pitch Necroface for this and mill 5. And card destruction. Card destruction is awesome. I love it, and it's really good first turn. It really is. 2 Skull Sarks. I was contemplating on a third one, but then I came to the realization that I draw these more often than I do anything else. I don't know what it is. I don't stack. I try not to anyway, but it just happens. 2 MSDs. Not really much explanation there. There's really no reason to talk about that, but whatever. 3 Macrocosmos. This is the other card that I was talking about. If you're not running 3 of these, you're running 3 of D-Fissure. If you're not running 3 D-Fissure, you're running 3 of this. This card is really good. The reason why this deck is so overwhelmed is because there's so much stuff to stack and stop it, but most people don't really think of stopping this deck. People don't necessarily side for stuff like this, unless you're facing rabbits. 2 Dark Bribe. I was originally, in my first build, I was running a Starlight Robe with the Stardust, but I realized that it's not really that useful, to be honest with you. I personally thought that Dark Bribe is better because it stops more and you don't have to set up for it. That's just my thought. Mirror Force. It's quite obvious why this card is here. I really don't need to explain. D-Priz. Same thing. Bottomless, same thing, 2 Bottomless. And 1 Needle Sealing. Needle Sealing is amazing. Needle Sealing is everlasting in my deck. I think, personally, even though windups have gotten a crap ton of hit from the ban list, I personally think this card is still good for Heretics. I mean, you don't know how many times this card has saved me against Heretics, Fire Beasts, Kings, and freaking against Logias too, because for whatever reason they're not afraid of this card. Makes them waste their materials. And for the extra stuff, I'm running double Gachi. I like Gachi. I really do. But if I had something else for this instead of Gachi, I would use it. I'll keep one of the Gachis and trade it out for something else. I really don't like running duplicates in my deck. I like in my extras. Leviathan. This is only a placeholder. This is not permanent. This will probably go away eventually. But for now, Leviathan. It's a great 3000 beat stick when you need it. It's also a great 2500 beat stick if you ever need it. Leviair. If I can get a second Leviair, that's where the Leviathan's going. Back in my binder. Leviair is awesome. Unfortunately, if this card didn't say level 4 or lower and it said anything, This card would be busted. It really would. Zenmaines. I love Zenmaines. Zenmaines is awesome. In fact, I think I go for this more than Leviair because I only have the one and I don't want Leviair to die before I get to use it. So, yeah. Terror-Byte. Terror-Byte is also it's a mind control for me. Oh yeah, that's an Excalibur. People are going to say, why is he running Excalibur for? Well, because I run Warriors, and Warriors are pretty good right now. So this is probably the best card I could possibly use that are pertaining to a Warrior card. Gemnet Pearl, run over Utopia. Simple as that. Papilloperative. Strangely, despite its hype and despite its awesomeness, I don't honestly see many people play this card. I don't know why. It's this card is amazing. People underrate this card so much. This guy, Steelswarm Roach. Oh my gosh. This card is really bad against heretics because you go summon, they summon to level 6, go away. They summon it again, go away. Utopia, only for last resorts if I ever need it. And Zenmaister. Zenmaister. I love Zenmaister. I personally think Zenmaister is probably the best rank 4 in this entire deck because I can abuse flip abilities, and I have the ability to keep things. It adds consistency and it adds more use to the deck than it actually perceives to. The 2500 power doesn't mean anything for this card. So yeah, that's been my macro deck profile. It's been significantly updated, but it's not really that big of a change. I just wanted to let y'all know how it's coming along and everything else. So yeah, Fairly Gamers, signing off.